Barack Hussein Obama is your Mama Obama here again to give you another week's worth of motherly advice to help you be successful as the President of these new United States of America. Now, Barack, my soul is grieved this week. I'm sorely grieved, son, and very concerned about you. You are getting ready to lift your hand against the man that was the Lord's anointed to run this country before you. Getting ready to prosecute the legal advisors to President George W. Bush because the man did what he felt he had to do to get information from terrorist prisoners when this country was under a clear and present danger of possible further terrorist attack. Now, son, even King David, who was a man after the God's own heart in the Old Testament, when he had an opportunity to lift his hand against King Saul, he said, I will not put my hand up against the Lord's anointed. Son, President Bush was the Lord's anointed for his day and his season, just as you are the Lord's anointed for today, for this season. Son, you don't want to raise your hand against the man that was the Lord's anointed. I'm going to remind you, son, that in Matthew chapter 7, verse 2, it says, For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged. And with what measure you use, it will be measured back to you. Son, you got a long presidency ahead of you. And it's very possible, God forbid, but it's very possible that at some point in time during your administration, there might be a sorrowful bad attack against this country. And you may find yourself in a place where you need to use extreme investigatory tactics to get very important information out of prisoners that we have, that we know for sure were part of a terrorist attack or had knowledge of a terrorist attack. Son, if you do this thing against the attorneys that belong to George Bush, and in that way, indirectly, you besmirching that man's name and reputation when he was doing the very best he could as the leader of this country under the God Almighty. You very well going to find yourself in a place where judgment is going to come on you, because you may have to do the exact same thing to keep this country safe and to keep the promise you made to these people of these United States of America. So, son, be very careful. Don't raise your hand against the God's anointed from the previous administration, because while it may seem sweet to you today, it will be bitter, 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 bitter in the end. So, son, I dearly hope that you will take my advice, because I'm your mother, and I love you with all my heart, and I pray for you every day. Reign well, son, and God bless these United States of America.